Qin Gang was sacked as China's foreign minister. 19 trapped under school gymnasium after roof collapses in China, many dead. China completes massive underwater listening device tests in Arctic. In an emergency meeting on July 25th, China's National People's Congress Standing Committee announced that Qin Gang would stop taking on the role of foreign minister, and Wang Yi would take over. According to Nikkei, as of June 25th, Qin has not been seen in his duties as a foreign minister. There has been much speculation about the disappearance of Qin. A stream of information said Qin was entangled in an affair with a TV presenter. Another stream of information suggested that Qin had severe health problems, namely being infected with COVID-19. Qin, 57, was appointed foreign minister last December, replacing Wang Yi, who was transferred to the head of the CCP's foreign affairs. Before Qin, many high-ranking Chinese regime officials suddenly disappeared, and then reappeared with legal charges. Meng Hongwei, the head of Interpol, is an example. Meng disappeared weeks after returning to China in 2018. The Chinese regime later said he had been arrested. In 2020, Meng was convicted of corruption. The collapse of the roof of a middle school gymnasium in northeastern China that left 11 dead has recently garnered public outcry. 19 people, including 2 coaches and 17 players of the school's women's team, were inside the facility in Qitihar City, Heilongjiang Province, when the concrete roof came down on the afternoon of July 23rd. As reported by AP News 2 days later, prosecutors are pursuing criminal charges against the managers of a construction firm. According to CNN, the players' ages were around 15 and 16. Preliminary investigations showed that construction materials left on the gym roof during work on a nearby building may have contributed to the collapse. Officials said that the material, known as perlite, collapsed because it became heavier after absorbing rainwater and becoming saturated. The tragedy at the number 34 middle school has sparked grief and outrage among the local community, as well as the general public. Images circulating in social media showed a large crowd of people gathered outside the school on July 24th, where a front walkway was covered with flowers brought by mourners. The accident, which adds to a long list of safety-related fatalities in China, has also sparked criticism of the government's handling, including accusations of a lag in releasing timely information. CNN cited a comment attracting 18,000 likes on social media, saying, "Their first reaction is to block the news. Who cares about your child when they are scared of losing their positions?" According to AP News, police and government departments worried over social unrest usually quickly suppress public expressions of anger and defiance. To maintain complete control over the media and social media, the ruling Communist Party allows no challenges to its dominance. Construction and industrial accidents are common in China, mainly resulting from companies ignoring safety standards and corruption, or a lack of diligence by local government agencies. In a recent report by Hong Kong's South China Morning Post, the Shanghai-based Polar Research Institute of China revealed that China has completed the field testing and evaluation of an underwater listening device that will be deployed on a large scale in the Arctic Ocean. According to the report, the device, known as the Polar Subglacial Shallow Surface Acoustic Monitoring Buoy System, was installed on floating ice in the Arctic on August 9, 2021, with data transmitted to Chinese satellites. The institute highlighted potential applications for the device, including subglacial communication, navigation and positioning, target detection, and the reconstruction of marine environmental parameters. It is seen as a crucial addition to the Arctic Ocean Ecological Monitoring Network. However, concerns have been raised regarding China's intentions in the Arctic region. Gordon G. Chung, a Gatestone Institute Distinguished Senior Fellow and a member of its advisory board, pointed out that China's interest in the area extends beyond scientific research and environmental monitoring. Charles Burton of the Ottawa-based Macdonald-Laurier Institute suggested that, moving forward from the illogical assertion that China is a near-Arctic nation, and Xi's touting of the Polar Silk Road, China is now covertly preparing the groundwork for militarization of the largely undefended Northern Territory and critical Arctic sea routes. Moreover, according to Canada's Globe and Mail, last fall, the Canadian military removed buoys placed by China in Canadian waters in the Arctic, highlighting the country's growing interest in the region. Gordon claimed that while Canada had not disclosed the specifics of the removed buoys, it was evident that China placed them in or near Canada's Northwest Passage without permission. He indicated that some saw China's endeavors in the Arctic as part of its broader ambitions to dominate the region. The country had expressed interest in gaining access to the Arctic Council, although it currently holds observer status, despite having no territorial claims in or near the Arctic. Apart from deploying listening devices, China has established 2 permanent research stations in the Arctic, one in Norway and the other in Iceland. This presence in the region, coupled with the melting Arctic ice due to global warming, offers China potential economic opportunities for drilling, mining, and opening up shorter shipping routes for vessels. However, Gordon warns that China's actions in the Arctic are not limited to the region alone. The country also establishes military bases in South America and the Caribbean, while reportedly infiltrating saboteurs across the border with Mexico. Some experts argue that the US administration should address China's expanding influence and initiatives, particularly in the Arctic and the Western Hemisphere, as China's growing presence in the region disrupts the previously established balance of power between the US and Russia.